Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. Last episode we were working on, going the wrong way as usual, this lovely combo of mining ship and probe, so that we could do some long distance mining. Pretty good. We currently only have room for one ship here. Technically those two count as one since they're merged together. But I do have plans to enhance our ship storage capacity. But that's not what we're going to work on today. What I've done between last episode and this one is I've created two other bays in which we can place modules. As you can see, we have lots and lots of room now. I did this out of episode because it's just tedious to do this. I've left this side clear for a reason, and that reason should become apparent closer and closer to the time in which my grand plan is enacted. But anyway, there are a few things I want to add to this ship before we start doing anything political. And by political I mean active against other people, right? With other people against other people, you get the idea. One of them is get ourselves a proper cargo bay, because these two cargo containers here are not going to do it. And then second, we need defenses, mainly shields, right? Shield generators. Pretty good. They're power hungry, which means we might have to upgrade our reactors to arc reactors, which we can now afford. But they're pretty good. Capacitors increase maximum thing, flux coil increase regen. Capacitors increase capacity, flux coil regen, and then we've got large and small. If we get a large one, you can see how big it is. This is a large shield generator. It's got about 16 slots. It's pretty good. It also uses a new component called shield component. Now, that might be the slight problem that we have here, since if we go over to here, we can go and have a look at shield module, which requires gold, platinum, and silver, and cobalt, right? If we go over to lovely little area over here, we can check how much we have over here. So, okay, so the gold that we have is 825. Yeah, we're going to round that down to about 500, so we could get roughly 500 components with that. Platinum, on the other hand, we're much lower on. If we go to production again, we can see that platinum, less needed. We could get a few hundred shield components. Yeah. So we should be able to get a few hundred shield components. If we go get ourselves a proper area in which to use, because that's going to make my life easier, we want small shield generator, large shield generator, shield capacitor, which uses some components, and flux coil. Okay, so first of all, this length is 5, this length is 4. Okay, so we could just place these guys along here as much as we want. I'm probably going to flip so like this, make sure that T is off. And we could place them like so, right? So if they take up 4 widthways, come on, yep, thank you, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can have 1, 2, 3, 2. We can have 2 large shield generators there, and then we can have an extra 2 on the top, giving us a total of 4 large shield generators with upgrades, which actually fits very nicely. So let's go get some steel plate to start placing these down. I've got the I should have the components to place down all of the generators. It's just a matter of crafting the shield components, right? So we want one here, and we can check how much that gives us. Shield generator. This will give us, is that pascals? No, it's not pascals. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm going to ask questions. Hang on, give me a second. Let's go here. View Community Hub. Unless it doesn't work. Alright. There we go. Nope, doesn't seem to be anything. No, doesn't. Okay, that's fine. I guess it means points. I'll have to look up the actual mod page to see how much damage each point does. But yeah, it does quite a lot. And the recharge once it's built is significant as well. If we get this, yeah, you can see that we've already welded that up. Right, diversion over. Let's get this on the roll, shall we? So we want large shield generator there as well, and then we just want there and there, right? That'll give us the maximum, well, not maximum, but pretty efficient in terms of space, in terms of upgrades to shield generators. I mean, we could go widthways, but then we just have the same amount, because we have like one here, because we can only fit one sideways because it's 4 long. And we can only have, and we only have 5 slots. So yeah, it'll take up roughly the same space. Interesting. Anyway, okay, so that gives us roughly what, 64 upgrade modules. Now those are going to be quite interesting to do. But first of all, I'm going to set our manual assembler to build some shield components. In fact, all the shield components I can currently build, which is not that much, a few hundred maybe. Actually, yeah. Let's bring it down to a few hundred, right? Because I don't need to build several thousand right now. I will later. But yeah, so we could place some shield capacitors. You can see that we're going to add 8 shield capacitors and 8 flux capacitors to each side. Now this may not be the most efficient way of doing things, but it is the way that I'm going to do it, just in case. Because having a high amount of capacitance / high amount of regen is excellent, and having a balance between them is usually good. If you want sustain, then you want regen, but if someone hits you a lot, then your shield's going down. However, if you want hit and run, you do massive capacitors instead. You know, trivial stuff, right? And then we just want flux capacitors. Right. There, right. That should be. No, I'm here. Thank you, server, for catching up with me. As you can see, it's going to take quite a while to produce all of this. Quite a while. But anyway, we should technically have a shield component in our system now. Yeah, shield. So if we go to quota, edit text, we find shield. We put that up to what? 500? It won't auto build because it's a modded item, but it will show us how much we have. And it also tells us how many assemblers are working on things, noting that we're now having to get our stores back because I used up quite a bit. Anyway, I'll be back in a second once a majority of this has been constructed. Okay, so I prioritized working on the shield generators, which is why we have no flux coils. And all 4 of them are now operational, which means that if we go into the rover and we get shield generator, no, shield, yes. If we select generators, that's not going to tell us anything. If we go shield generator, we can see that we are currently working with a maximum shield strength of 5 mega points. With a recharge of 480 per second. Now that's currently what it is. We also use up 26 megawatts in doing so. So that's 26 megawatts times 4. Yeah, not 104 megawatts to charge this thing. It's not the most it's not the most power efficient. Yeah, we are currently running on 10 hours left of fuel. But we're getting there, aren't we? If we look at shield generator, we look at what do we want to look at? We want to look at here, right? So we're currently at about 360 kilopoints of I really want to have a different name instead of points. That's all. Never mind. That's all that's going to be anyway. Basically means that if we get hit by anything, that damage is negated, right? That's the main point that I'm trying to make. So if someone attacks us with a warhead, that warhead isn't going to do much against the ship. If they attack us with, I don't know, 100 billion warheads, then we might have a problem. Anyway, with that done, the next step on our glorious cycle of let's tear everything down and put it back up again is cargo bay. We get some interior plate in order to do this. Right, so we need as many cargo bays as possible. Now, the cargo bays are 6 long, and so therefore will not fit like this. In fact, they could, if I could be bothered. Again, yeah, so we can't fit them like this. We can, however, fit them like this. However, we can only fit one, right, without having to tear up any floor, because we have no room here. So what we're going to do, this is going to be fun, we're going to take out this light armor block. Wrong grinder. Right, so that's the first one. Second. Third. And then we just do the same over here. Okay, right. Now technically this area under here is only being supported by those, by the widths rather than the lengths right now, but we can deal with that. Anyway, what we now need to do is we just need to place these down in a suitable fashion, noting that we now have more room than I thought we would. Slight miscalculation there. We'll replace this. Unless I'm blind and forgot that, you know, things work like that. No, it is a by 5, not by 6. No, it is a by 6. I just can't count. Anyway, so that's 1. And then we want 2. And then, we need to back off for this one. We want a 3. Right. 3 cargo containers in the cargo containment area. Pretty good. And of course we need to hook it up to our network, which is easy. We dig through the floor properly. Whoop. Now this is open space, mind you, but that's going to change. We go to here, right? And then I want it hooked up in a nice fashion that's not right in front of the door. Well, I guess we could take out this door, actually. Right, we could take out the door and then get conveyor junctions along there, and then we hook that up with a curved conveyor tube. And then, hey presto, we've got cargo bay. And look, you can even just walk past it. It's brilliant. We will do something different for the shield generator, because that's the shield generator and more important than anything else. Because if that gets hijacked, then, well, the ship is about to get attacked by some unruly individuals. Now, I'll change over the containment later, but just as a comparison, the azimuth cargo containers can carry 12.6 million litres, whereas these only carry 4.2 million. It's, you know, with Timestar carrying capacity by about 5 times? Actually, yeah, I would say. Yeah, it is 5 times. Is it? Doesn't seem that way. 0.8 times 5. Anyway, that's pretty good. Noting that we'd only fill it up by, what, a 1/6? Yeah. Pretty good. That means that we have dedicated inventories for ingots, components, and ammo storage container and MISC, I'll basically say over there. Excellent. I'll set those up later. Now, since we do have time on the clock, what we're going to do next is we're going to be working down here. Now, we currently have not enough room for any more ships, right? We've got the mining ship, of course, but we don't have any more room for smaller ships. I mean, we could stick them here, but that's for something larger and different. So we want a dedicated area where we can have small ships stored, which is what we're going to be working on, because the bottom section of this craft looks terrible, and for some reason I have lost the ability to use the conveyor network as usual. It might be the auto sorting system. In fact, it probably is. It might be stopping certain things from... Hang on, reactor backup, conveyor system use. Okay, no. Interesting. Anyway, yeah. So as mentioned, we're going to be making this bottom section. Give me a second. Bottom section, a kind of hangar area. It's kind of a a tight hangar area, but it will work. It will do its purpose. Now we're going to be using this stairwell here to also get down. Pretty easy. I think you can guess how this is going to work. We go down here, right? We go down here with the stairs, and then we go down this way with the if there wasn't a conveyor block. Are you important? At all? Kind of. Well, we can move that around to here, maybe. Give me a second. I'm having to rewire things. Oops. Yeah, I probably need to throw some of the steel plate away, since I've now just picked up a bunch. But if we do that, we can then move the conveyors from here. Right? We can move the conveyors from there into here. Right? So it goes round and everyone's happy that works as intended. We can then seal this off and this off. Anytime you're ready. Anytime. Right. We're going to have to do the same with the other side, but we'll do this for now. So we can see conveyor. Ooh, what a problem. No one cares. Let's go some stairs. Alright. Oops. Oh, God, that's annoying. Give me a second. Right. So what we can do is we can place some stairs here. And it's just going to be straight stairs. So not going to be going round and round in circles because I just can't be bothered anymore. So they'll go down here, and we take up this. I really need to drop off inventory space. And then if we go down a bit more, which we can do by just using these guys. Right? No, this way. Yes, this way, this way. And then we want you there. Good, good, we're getting somewhere. And then we go stairs, and then we go stairs again. We can get ourselves into a pretty nice area for utilizing this space for something that's not just madness. And we could basically have a hangar deck on the bottom, right? That's effectively what I'm trying to get at. Okay, good. Right, let's continue. What's that? That's Argentavis, isn't it? Or is that a raid station? Yes, an Argentavis. Anyway, that's fine. They're not going to annoy me much. In fact, they have massive loots, so I might go and get them. Drones are still disabled, by the way. They will be enabled at some point. Though I guess the drones wouldn't be able to do much damage to me. Yeah, there is that point. Okay, right. Now, since we now have this area, I kind of want to mark out where the other one's going to be, but we can do that later. We'll do one side to the middle for now, noting that this side over here is going to be the hangar exit, and that side is going to be different because there's going to be something completely different on that side. We want a floor. The floor. It's the floor, Charlie. Yeah, so if we go along here, we go to the middle, and we want this going out just a tad. Now, we also want this area to go down with us. So if we go along with the plan, go along like this. But then we have these guys. Right, one here, one there, one there, one there, one there, and then we can have, you know, a sideline here. Now with that, we also need to add Mr. 4 into the playing field. Noting he needs to be oriented like that, right? No, I'm doing it wrong. Go here. No, I am correct. Okay. For once. Right, and then we go like this, and then we do the same here. Good, right. That should keep us sane, I guess. If we continue along like this, then it should give us the interpretation that we're doing it properly. Okay, now with that welded up, we can then go on for... how far do you want it going on? This is the underground hangar deck, so, you know, we can use as much as possible. Though I'm going to be inclined to do something differently. We're going to treat this area here as an observation deck, and then any further forward is actually the hangar, right? So we kind of want, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, so if we do that, noting that mirror it, then that should give us plenty of room to have an observation deck and windows. And then on the sides again, we can have it go down. So if here is going to be where we go down, I'll add that in a second. We first of all want, do we want an L placed there? Yeah, we do. Okay. So that gives us, what, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that gives us a 5 width area to use for building a command room on the bottom, because that's how we roll these days. If we look at the side profile of the ship, yeah, it should work. Yeah. Excellent. Right, let's move this along a bit more. Stairs. These stairs will go down. We've got an airlock here, airlock placed here. Stairs go down, noting that we want to make sure that that's done as protocol demands, and then we go along them. however long I want the hangar to be. Noting the hangar probably won't be the entire length of this thing. It's highly probable that we're going to have nanite factories on the bottom. Like, we move the nanite factories to the bottom, and then we do something else for the top. Maybe have some guns on it, for example. Yeah, a multitude of things. But that should work. Okay, right, let's get these guys done. We'll do the edge in a second. No, don't want to place there. Don't want to place there. That's a stupid place to place things. Okay, right, now for the edge. Noting that we're going to want a slope. And then we want to go downwards. This is going to be fun, isn't it? Yeah, we want this guy to go like this, because we've done it before. I completely forgot that. You're wrong orientation. That's still a bug. I don't know why that's still there. It's interesting. Yeah, and we go along like this. And then get the slope. Okay, right. So now we're out here. I'm inclined to make this a bit more smooth, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this so that we have more room to do our thing, as some people might say. And then what we're going to do is, now we could just go straight bottom, right? But that isn't going to work as I want it to. Ow. Oh yeah, good point. I, ladies and gentlemen, have run out of oxygen because I can't be bothered to have oxygen tanks, and I haven't pressurized the vacuum of space because that's something stupid. I do have a ridiculous amount of oxygen in the tanks though, so we're fine with that. Noting that I'll get healed by the nanite factory. Very useful invention, by the way. Anyway, right, let's get back here. Now, let's see. This is going to be temporary because it's going to change because we're going to add hangars to it. Well, a hangar exit to it. But I guess for now what we can do is we can just place this here, a wall going up like that. And then we can add these guys in over here, just to make it so that everything kind of cycles through. Now, when it gets over here, it's going to get a bit weird, because that's how annoying I am at making things easy to use. That's not going to be fun. If we do that, then we want this going up, and then we want regular armor, and we want this here, and then we want to get this again, cycle it around. No, not you, you fool. We want this guy, yes, then this guy, yes, good, you know what you're doing now. And then we continue slippage, right? So if we follow that kind of routine along, then that should give us a pretty good undercarriage to this this thing. I really need to think of better ways to describe stuff rather than just saying things, stuff, that, this. Might be a better idea. Increase vocabulary, why not? Yeah, that should work. Okay. What's time on clock? Okay, right. So we're going to leave it there. I'm going to work a bit more on this, make sure that we've got the other side down and we've got things secure. In the next episode, we're going to be working on the hangar deck. Ooh, lovely, a hangar deck. Everyone loves those. But until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.